Hi, welcome to episode 53 of the Stress Knits podcast. I am Stacy, also known as Stress Knits on Ravelry, and Stacy also on Instagram. There's a Stress Knits Ravelry group where there's an awesome giveaway, which is thank you for 50, which is my way of thanking you for sticking around or joining me at some point during these 50 episodes. It is a skein of my hand-dyed yarn, Stress Knits yarn. One of my favorite project bags of all time, which is one that I'm using right now. Possibly some needles, some stitch markers, just like a nice little bundle. So there's that, but I'm most active on Ravelry and Instagram. Yeah, today is Wednesday, October 18th, which means I leave for Rhinebeck tomorrow. I'm so excited. Doug and I are going to be leaving Michigan around 4 o'clock. We're dropping this little gal who's Esther, our pug puppy, almost 4 months old. She's eating a bone, so that she'll be good because she's crazy. I'm just going to hold her a little bit though because I don't really want her to run around at the moment, and she'll calm down soon. So this is Esther. This is our pretty regular situation. But yeah, we're dropping her off at his parents' house and then headed over to Canada where we were spending the night in Niagara Falls, which would be really nice. I haven't been since I was a little kid. He hasn't been since he was a little kid. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of walk around the falls, and we're sleeping at a hotel there and then waking up really, really early, grabbing some coffee because there's a Starbucks across the street. And heading the road and heading to our Airbnb in Kingston, and then I will be dropped off at Needles Up, and then he will pick me up at Needles Up, and then I will head over to India Untangled, and I'll be there for a little bit. He might join me for that one, not sure yet, or he might hang out at the hotel bar. I don't know, or maybe I'll join him for that. I don't know. Yeah, so that's that, and then Saturday's Rhinebeck, which, yeah, I'm just gonna get some logistical stuff out of the way with Rhinebeck. Okay, so I will be at Rhinebeck on Saturday, and only Saturday. Doug and I have to leave on Sunday, which is really sad, but I'm just thankful to go. I don't know what my bangs are doing today. Sorry that I'm messing with them. Okay, so yeah, so we'll be there Saturday. Depending on the weather, I will either be in my Booth Bay cardigan, which is a gray cardigan, super simple cocoon shape by Hannah Fettig, or I'll be wearing my What the Fade by Andrea Mowry, which is a shawl. So it just really depends on the weather. Right now it looks like it's gonna be high 60s, low 70s, which is perfect. So I'm gonna bring a lot of things. And I'll probably wear my Booth Bay in the morning, and then when it starts getting warmer, I will wear my What the Fade. So that's what you can find me in. I will be at the podcaster meetup with my husband. Yeah, I'm super shy in real life. I'm not really great at conversations with people. It's just a thing. So if I'm super awkward, if I don't know, I hope that I don't offend anybody, because I am just super awkward and am not good in crowds, which everyone's probably like, why are you going to Rhinebeck? Because it's huge. If I'm with Doug, I'm okay. It's just, I don't know. It's overwhelming to me, but Doug usually kind of balances me out. Yeah, so like I'm really bad at starting conversations. So if you come up to me, I'm super awkward, I'm gonna hug you because I'm that person. Unless you tell me you don't want to get hugged, and I won't, okay? So I'll hug you. I'm gonna have some mini skeins of Stress Knits yarn with me because, like a dope that I am, I forgot to order buttons. And I thought about it the other day, and I was like, and I looked at like how much it is to like expedite shipping, and I was like, I don't want buttons that badly. So, yeah. So podcaster meetup, I think I'm gonna be with Jacqueline and Julie for most of the day, which is really, really exciting. I can't wait to see them. Hi, ladies. I haven't seen them since Vogue Knitting Live, and even then I mostly talked to Jacqueline, Julie, and we're both the same, where we're like super awkward and like really weird about like going up to people and be like, hi, I'm Stacey. You know, like it's just, I'm really bad at it. I forced myself to do it at Vogue Knitting Live, and I'm so glad that I did, because now like I have friends in the community and it's great that I met in person. So if I don't recognize you, I'm sorry. I am horrible. Actually, I will probably recognize you. I just probably won't know names. I'm gonna be honest. So if you want to mention who you are on like Instagram or Ravelry, if we've talked, please do, because that will jog something in my brain. Yeah, because I'm not good with names. For example, I have been going to my husband, the Olivers, Christmas for 3 years, and I still can't tell people apart, name-wise. Okay, like that's just who I am. Like I can't, it's very difficult. When I was a resident advisor and my job was to memorize names, I made flashcards. Like I was like Devil Wears Prada, the binders. That was me. So yeah, so I just hope that nobody takes that personally, because it's seriously just a part, like how my brain works. I'm not good with names. I'm just not. Yeah, so that's that. But if you see me, please don't be afraid to come say hi to me. I'm genuinely like super excited to meet a bunch of people. Yeah, so yeah, please say hi to me. Yeah, I'll give you a mini skein and a hug. Oh, that's, yeah, pretty much though. Yeah, it's gonna be the dorky girl and the handsome guy. It's just kind of our shtick. So yeah, so please come say hi. I'm so excited. Like I can't believe we leave tomorrow. It doesn't feel real. I don't think it's gonna feel real until I'm at Needles Up. Oh man, I've been trying to budget out like what I'm gonna buy. Sweater quantity might not happen. It may or may not. I don't know. Because I have certain things at like Needles Up at Indie Untangled that I for sure want to get. Because I've never bought from Kristen in person, and she is my favorite yarn dyer of all time. She's the reason I podcast. She's the reason that I dye yarn. Like, she is the biggest inspiration to me. And I've never gotten to buy her stuff in person. So, like, I have to go buy a skein of Wool and Vine. I really need the Needles Up colorway from Legacy. I'm hoping for a sock blank. I'm not gonna force myself if I don't see one that like particularly catches my eye, because I've already had an Andre Sue sock blank, which I love. Oh, I forgot to get my box of socks. I'll show that next time. It's fine. Because I knit one of her sock blanks this year, which I love. It was the moth one. Love it. Bye, Esther. Okay, so yes, there's that. I may or may not buy a fat squirrel bag, just because I have one already, and the ones that I really want are the really giant ones, so they're really expensive, and I don't know if I want to put my budget into bags. So like I might get a sock bag, like I don't know. And then like skeiny dipping is gonna be at Indie Untangled, Hugh Loco, Lemonade Shop, just like people that I've loved for so long and haven't bought any of their yarn, and I just really want stuff. And then there's one booth that I know I have to hit at Rhinebeck, and that is the Primrose yarn booth, because I've never had Primrose before. I've never seen it, and I've never had it. Never even had a mini skein of it. So I want at least one skein of Primrose. So yeah, the projects, if you hear gunshots, it's cool. The one project that I really, if I do buy yarn, it might be for the Ronin cardigan, because I was watching Bethany of the Woolberry Fiber podcast, and she knit the Ronin, and I'm obsessed with it now. Because I thought I wanted to knit Veronica first, but now I think I might want to do Ronin first. I already bought the pattern. We'll see what happens. put my coffee on the floor and see how that goes, because Esther's behind the couch eating a bone. Okay, so I'm sorry that was like 10 minutes of me rambling about how overly excited I am for Rhinebeck, and I'm sorry if you're not going to Rhinebeck. For me, it was a spur of the moment kind of thing. In a fever, I just kind of told Doug, hey, we're going to Rhinebeck. These are the dates. Are you free? He checked his calendar. He said, yeah, I don't have anything those days. I said, okay, I'm going to book an Airbnb like right now. And he's like, oh, okay. So, I'm so excited. Yeah. Okay, so, with that, I have 3 finished objects because I've been knitting like a fiend. So I will show you 2 of them you've seen before and should be no surprise, and the other one you've never seen before. Okay, so FO number 1, you might have seen these on Instagram. They are my pistachio rose socks. This is Stress Knits Yarn, which is my hand-dyed yarn company, in the pistachio rose colorway. So it's just this very subtle mint and pink kind of micro stripe. I don't know if that's gonna pick up. No, it's actually pretty good. This is pretty accurate, this color representation. Yeah, so that with the brown speckles, pistachio rose. It's just my basic vanilla sock, US 1 64 stitches, because I've become a tight knitter. I used to be like a pretty average, not too loose, not too tight knitter, but the last few months I've been really, really tight. It's probably a lot of stress. But yeah, so I've had to go up to 64 instead of my 56. So there are those. And then, I forgot to weave in an end. So I'm just gonna stick it in the sock. And I'll probably forget about it until I wear it. I finished my Clark socks, and these are, they don't look like you can't tell on a sock blocker. That's why they're not a sock blocker, because I was trying to figure out how to say it. I was like, they don't look good on sock blockers, and I was like, no, they're gorgeous on sock blockers, but you can't really see the design. So because the design is centered, so it's this gorgeous braided cable flanked by pearl ridges, and then this gorgeous little cable up the back. The only modification I did to this sock is I put in a heel flap and gusset, because that's what fits my foot the best. This yarn is Sweet Sparrow, Julie's yarn, in the Robin's Egg colorway, which I've loved forever, and these are my BFF socks because Jacqueline and Julie are my BFFs. So yes, I love them. Clark socks by Jacqueline Salem. I don't know if I said that yet. I love them. Highly, highly recommend. They knit super, super fast. Great. The next thing, I've started knitting for my sister's baby shower because it is on November 5th, which is really soon. I need to start knitting sweaters for the baby because I haven't done that yet. My goal is 2 for the shower. I don't know if it's gonna happen. But I wanted to knit a stuffy for my niece or nephew. We don't know yet. And I talked to my brother-in-law, and I was like, did you guys register for anything with animals on it? He's like, we don't really have a theme, but we did get, like, register for a lot of stuff with foxes on it. So I was like, perfect. And I show him this pattern, and he's like, yes, make that. So Kelly has no idea, but who's my sister, and then Alex, her husband, knows. But here it is. This is the Frances, the Sock Lovin' Fox, or Sock Wearin' Fox by Jenna Krupar. She used to host the Retro Lemon Studios podcast that I loved a few years ago, and that's how I knew about this pattern. So it is not perfect by any means. This is my first like real stuffy. I've made Birds of Happiness before, but this pattern is great. Highly, highly recommend it. I did the safety eyes and safety nose. I did not do the snout correctly, but I liked the way that the curled stockinette looked. Yeah, so here he is. Here's his little tail. I love him. He's super cute. He sits on his own because of the tail. So he's great for a little shelf until my niece or nephew is ready to play with him. So yeah, the yarn that I used, the orange is Arbor by Brooklyn Tweed in the Butte colorway. Then I used Stroll fingering held double in black and white by Knit Picks. And then I just got Safety Eyes in the Nose from Michaels. No, I got from Joann's. Okay, so yeah, this is Francis the Fox. I love him. Or her. Oh yeah. I just like how weird she looks. Because I am not a stuffy maker by any stretch of the imagination. But I think this works. So hopefully Kelly likes it. So there is that. And those are all my finished objects. Oh, this I knit in a day. The largest part is obviously the body, and then everything else took maybe like 5 minutes a piece, if that. So I think the ears are like 12 rows or something. Like, you can do that so quickly. Love him. So if you really are in a bind for like a baby shower or a birthday or something, Francis the Sock-wearing Fox. Highly recommend. Oh, the only thing that I wish was in the pattern is the like clearer instructions about how to connect all of the pieces, because it is knit in pieces and then whip stitched together, and that's really the only instruction, and that's why it's a little misfitty, but it's fine. I think it's super cute. Plus, it's my first stuffy and I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm gonna talk about the one other thing that you've seen me work on in whips. That's my mystery knit along. So if you don't want to see the Stephen West mystery knit along, I've only done clue 1 and 2. I'm gonna quickly go through my colors. I'm using Hedgehog Fibers Sock in Bramble, Hedgehog Fibers Skinny Single in Daydream, and Hedgehog Sock in Artifact. This is not how much yarn I have left of the first cane. It was in 4 different small balls because I used them for socks and it didn't work out. Okay, so I'm gonna show it, which is hard to show because there are a lot of stitches on the needles. Okay, so here it is. Clue 1 is done, clue 2 is done, and then I read clue 3. Here's my predicament. I don't know where this is going, and there's only one more clue and it comes out on Friday, and I'm not sure if I like it. I like this. I think this is really cool. It's on a 32-inch cord, so like you can't really see it. I think the chevron is really cool. I've even thought about just taking this and tacking it because I was watching old Legacy Fiber Arts Legacy Knits podcast, and when Chelsea tacked her doodler together to make a cowl, I thought about doing that with this. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna just wait this out and see if I like the finished object, and if I do, I'll finish it, and if I don't, I'll just bind it off and make it a cowl, you know? So that's just kind of where I'm at, and it's mostly because I'm not in like a super funky mood. I really want to be out of my comfort zone right now, but I don't want to go too far out of my comfort zone. Yeah, so it's just one of those things. I'm not sure how I feel. Because the new, I'm not gonna lie to you, like I think it's gorgeous, but I don't think it's me. So I do not want to frog it because it's a lot of knitting in here. It's a lot of knitting. So yeah, so I might just make it a cowl. Like, that'd be cute. I'd be okay with that. Or I might just even, the other thing that I've thought about doing is after, like doing the clue 2 backwards so that the shorter end of the short rose is on this side and the wider edge is on this side. And then doing some exploration station clue 1 stuff in there. And then separate each of the main colors by the pops. I've thought about doing that too. I'm not sure. So we'll see what happens. I keep showing you the wrong side. So we'll see what happens. I do really, really love this part though. All of my pops stand out so well in this section. Love it. Yeah, I'm really happy with my colors, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Okay, that's going away. So if you didn't want to look away. Look away. You can look back. Yeah, so I'm a little disappointed, but I also knew that that was a possibility because it's a mystery knit along and I have no idea what's going to happen. So, yes, there is that. What else do I have on my needles? I have a new sock cast on, which is also kind of a look away. There might be 2 or 3 of you. I don't know if you guys watched the podcast, but if you ordered the October subscription of the My Favorite Murder Yarn Club look away, because I'm going to show up because I love it so much that I just cast it on right away. Okay. I don't know what my hair is doing, guys. It's in an awkward stage. It's fine. I don't know if my bangs will be down at Rhinebeck. Probably not. I'll probably pin them back. Okay. So, are you looking away? Okay. So, it is called Triflers Need Not Apply because on the podcast, they talked about this old woman from like the 1800s and she killed a bunch of people. She's a murderer. And she put out a personal ad for like a husband or something. And at the very end of the ad, it said, Triflers need not apply. So, homegirl murdering a bunch of people and did not want triflers. And I think it's the funniest thing ever. Okay, so, sorry about gunshots, again, if you can hear those. So it is a heavily speckled pink, and there are some red bloody areas in there on a cream background. So this is what the sock looks like. I love it. This is on my sparkle base. The club comes on my favorite base. So this is a 75-25 superwash merino nylon gold stellina. And my favorite is an 80-20 superwash merino nylon. But I didn't have any favorite sock at the moment, so I just did it on the sparkle for myself. Some of them come across less speckly and some of them come across more speckly. It just depends on the lot. So, excuse me, I really love this. I knit, okay, so Doug ran a marathon on Sunday, 26.2 miles, and he had to be in downtown Detroit by 5, so he had to be at his friend's house by 4:20 for them to get there on time, and like find parking and like do all that stuff and be a little early. So I took one for the team and pulled an all-nighter. So I stayed up and hung out with Esther, and she slept on me while I knit a sock and watched knitting podcasts. Yeah. So I cast on the sock and knit half of the heel flap by the time he got up. And after he left is when I started getting ready. So, because I had to be down there by 7, that's when the race started. We got there, me and my parents got there literally like 5 or 10 minutes after he left the start line. So it was a little disappointing, but I saw him on another leg. I'll talk about that later though. Okay, so yeah, so I've done the leg, my heel flap and gusset, and now I'm just working down the foot. So actually this might be done today. I just really wanted to have some of my yarn for Rhinebeck. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just what I want to knit on right now. So I have this, and I have a special colorway that I'll probably be caking up and bringing along with me for some more Rhinebeck sock knitting. So yeah, this is Triflers Need Not Apply. This will be in the shop in November. So probably mid-November. Yeah, I love it. I'm very, very proud of this colorway. And also, if you are interested in my favorite murder signups are going down, I said Friday on Instagram, but it'll probably be Monday or Tuesday. I just need to have time to order yarn and pump them out, because I give myself a decent amount of time to get them out, but I'd prefer to get them out earlier, like I did with the October Club, because I said they would be going out this week, and they went out last week or a week and a half ago. So like I give myself some time, but I prefer to push them out sooner. So yeah, nothing you need to know that. Okay, so the next thing, actually, let's talk about my sweater that I cast on. I've been talking about the sweater forever. You guys are probably like, can you just knit it already? But I'm going to. It is the Timber Cardigan from the Within collection by Shannon Cook. It's a Shannon Cook and Jane Richmond collection, but this sweater in particular is by Shannon Cook. Okay. So this is the sweater. I love it. I'll show you the back detail because it's gorgeous. So I'm knitting this. I think I'm knitting the size 40 because I want it to be a nice cozy cardigan with positive ease. Yeah. And I'm a tight knitter right now. So to get my size, I have to knit 40 because I'm about 36, 38 in that range right now. But spoiler alert, I'm losing weight and I'm so excited about it. I'll talk about that more in Blather too. Not Blather, that's Kristen. I've been binge watching her back episodes right now just because I've caught up on most of my podcasts, and I just feel like watching Kristen because I'm super excited to see her this weekend. And she calls her end segment Blather, and so that's just in my head. But in my like general talky bits, I'll come up with a name for it. But general talky bits is kind of where I'm at right now. Yeah, so I'll talk about weight and jazz later. But I cast this on. I haven't really knit too much on it. I'm knitting this out of Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, which is their worsted weight in the postcard colorway, and that is spot on what it looks like. It's this gorgeous gray pink, and it has red tweedy flecks in it. Love it. It is a dream to work with. I am one of those people that love Brooklyn Tweed. I know some people don't. I love it. So, okay. So right now I'm knitting the neck. So I have about a third of the way done. This is about an inch. I have my cute little narwhal stitch marker from Sugar Tots. Yeah, but it is a twisted rib flat. Y'all. Purling through the back loop is not my favorite thing, and that's why there's not more of this done. It'll be fine when it's only a few stitches because there is twisted rib detail on the sleeve, on the back, and the front panels, I believe. That'll be fine because it won't be every stitch. But when it's every stitch, I can't handle it. Molly just messaged me. Ugh, Molly, if you're watching this, I love you, and I'm so sad that you're not coming, but I'm really happy that you're doing what's best for you. So, girl, get it, but I'm gonna miss you. Okay, so yeah, here is this. I love Molly, so she's so sweet. Okay, yeah, so here it is. I'm so distracted. I'm sorry. Okay. just gonna hold it up a little closer. I am using a US size 8, my signature needles. I love them. Alright, so there's that. This is one of the projects that I'm bringing to Rhinebeck. This will probably be car knitting. I really like working on sweaters and cars. I get a lot of stuff done. So there is that. And then I have one more work in progress at the moment. That is also something you've never seen before because I got a case of castonitis. So I had leftovers from my What the Fade, and I was like, I really love these colorways, but there's so much of it. What am I gonna do with it? I'm gonna knit a hat. So I took my three colors from it. I wanted a pink hat, so I took my Jam, Sweet Disposition, and Birch, which is my white and gray speckled. But right now I'm knitting with my Jam. This is on my singles base. It's very color accurate, and then Sweet Disposition, which is also looking pretty great. So I'm knitting these, and this is my Vanilla Fog hat by Andrea Mowry. So it is a one color brioche where you hold 2 strands together marled, and I love it. Yeah, so I knit my Jam and Birch in this first section, and now I'm knitting with my Jam and Sweet Disposition. I ordered needles for these because I was knitting on wooden needles and I hated my life. So they were the clovers and they were super dull and I couldn't handle it. These are also pretty blunt. These are Addy Rockets, size 6. They're pretty blunt, but the coating on these I love so much. I think, for me personally, the Addy needles are the perfect simple stitch needles. Yeah. So I ordered them for this hat because I use size 6 on a 16-inch cord quite a bit for like baby sweaters and hats and stuff like that, and I didn't have any, so yeah. I have my Secret Miniature Pug Loaf charm. So this will be on my head at some point. And then this is in my Fringe Supply Company bento bag, which is the bag that will be in the giveaway. I don't know if it's going to be this color, but I love them. They are the best mini project bag for like hats and baby sweaters and socks. They're perfect, and they just squish down because it's just a piece of fabric, and you put them in your purse or a bag and they're great. Love them. Okay, so that is everything that is on my needles. I do have some dream knitting. I'm gonna readjust again. Okay. So I mentioned that my sister is having her baby shower. So I dyed up some yarn to knit a sweater. I'm going to be knitting the Flax Light. My hair is awful. The Flax Light by Tin Can Knits. And I'm going to be knitting like the 1-year size, whatever is the next size up from 3 to 6. Because I don't want to knit the small size, I want to knit the next size up. So I dyed a skein of my Etchings colorway, which I haven't put in the shop because nobody's really been interested in it. But it's just this beautiful tonal dark gray. This is on my favorite sock base. This is etching. People like when I open the skein, so I'm going to do that. So it's just very tonal. I love it. It smells really good because I washed it in Tuft Woolens. So this is going to be the main color, and then because their nursery is mint, because they aren't finding out the sex of the baby, which is really cool. So I thought at least one of the sweaters will have a mint stripe. So this is my Pillow Mint colorway that I used in my What the Fade. And so I'm going to do the raglan in just the gray, and then I'm gonna stripe in Pillow Mint. It's getting so blown out. There it is. Pillow Mint in like under the raglan, and then on the sleeves. So that will be a baby sweater. Today I actually might cast on a hat for Doug for Rhinebeck. So I'm thinking about using my shelter in the Snowbound colorway and knitting some cable-y wonderful hat. I'm thinking the Quadri by Michelle Wong, I think it is. Yeah, so there is that. What else am I thinking about knitting? Oh, I really, really, really want to knit a boxy. Ever since I saw Amy from the Stranded Dye Works podcast knit her boxy, I've been really, really wanting one. I've thought about the worsted weight boxy, but I prefer fingering weight sweaters. Even though I'm knitting a lot of worsted weight right now. I'm sorry I'm messing with my hair so much, it's just driving me nuts. That's so much better, I think. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, so I think I'm going to knit it in my jam colorway that I'm using in everything, really. I'm using it in everything. I don't know what my hair's doing, guys. Nope, okay. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be coming down the pike eventually. I don't know why I'm messing with my hair so much. Hair break. Drink your coffee and your tea. Is that better? I can't tell. I don't know. This is almost over. It's fine. Yeah, so that's coming. Boxy, and then my Ronin and my Veronica. Those are the 3 sweaters I really want to knit right now, which brings me to a knit-along idea. So I've been thinking about hosting a sweater knit-along for a few months now. Right now, all I want to knit is sweaters. I'm in a big sweater kick, and I don't know, I'm thinking about it. So I'm thinking either starting in November or December, starting a cozy sweater knit along and having it be like a 3-month knit along. Come here, babe. Hi. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. Because everything I want to knit has positive ease, which is pretty much the only requirement, and that it is a new cast on. So maybe once I finish my timber cardigan, yeah, maybe once I finish my timber cardigan. Hi. Thank you. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I get really distracted when she's just running around because I feel like she's gonna poop. Once I finish my timber cardigan, maybe we'll talk about it. Yeah, okay, so next I have stash enhancement. When Julie of Sweet Sparrow has updates, I can't help, hi Esther, but buy something because I love her so much. So I have to cough really quick, and I'm so sorry. You want to come cuddle? Oh, burp. Do you want to cuddle, or do you just want to eat my yarn? She just wants to eat my yarn. So distracted by Esther. Okay, so I bought 2 skeins of yarn. One is Santa Baby on her nuthatch, I think that's how you say it, Julie. It's one of those words that I've seen so many times, but I've just never said out loud. Also, if you hear squeaky sounds, Esther's playing with a squeaky toy. I think she's... No, she's fine. Okay. So, yeah, this is Santa Baby. and it's gorgeous. This is gonna be a nice pair of Christmassy socks. I'm thinking like the Pebble socks by Mina Phillip, or Hermione's Everyday socks, or the Weasley family socks by Molly of a Homespun House. Something textured and beautiful. Yeah. So, yay Christmas yarn. And then Jacqueline came out with her birch hat. And she knit it out of Julie's yarn, the sample, and the Phoebe base. And I saw this colorway and I was like, I want to knit the hat. And this is what I'm gonna knit it in. So this is the Dusty Rose colorway on her Phoebe base, which is in 85 Superwash Merino, 15 Nylon Tweed. It's DK, 231 yards. It's wonderful. So it's gonna be a birch hat. I actually might cast this on and bring it to Rhinebeck and ask Jacqueline for some help on it. So we'll see, because I've read through it and I think I understand what's happening, but I want to make sure, so I might just ask the designer for some help at Rhinebeck. There's that. And next, I don't think I showed any of my nomadic yarns that has come in. So first thing that came in is Ginny Weasley. And this is the Trusty Sock base. I think I showed this, but I'm not sure. Really excited about it. And then the next things to come in, this is on her Twisty Sock, which is an 80/20, which is my favorite. Everybody knows. And this is Skinny Love, and this is claimed by Doug. So these will be a pair of socks for Doug for Christmas. And I know what you're saying, Stacey, you have so many pairs of socks on the needles for Doug. Just finish one. I know. I'm bringing some to Rhinebeck. It'll be fine. And then I had to get a skein of Knit Folk, which will be a pair of socks for me. So, oh, I love it. This is also on the Twisty Sock base. And yeah, so Esther, come here. Come here. Come here. All right, let's talk about Rhinebeck a little bit. All right, I'm gonna hold her and constrain her a little bit. She's fine, I promise. Or maybe I'm not going to, because she's gonna bite me. Aw, there's my sweet little baby. Esther, I love you. Esther, I love you. Ooh, that was not nice. Go ahead. Yeah, so Rhinebeck. I told you our general schedule, and that you please come up to me because I'm really excited to meet people. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. Doug's marathon. So yeah, he ran 26.2 miles around Detroit and Belle Isle, which is an island in international waters between Canada and the US. He also ran across the Ambassador Bridge, which is the bridge to Canada, through Windsor in Canada and through the Windsor Tunnel back in the United States, which is where I saw him, is after he came out of the tunnel. And he was, I mean, if you're not from here, you don't know what streets I'm saying, but then he ran across Jefferson under the Cobo Tunnel. So, yeah, I tried to do a vlog, but I don't know, there's not a lot of stuff. I don't know what Esther just put. Anyway, so maybe I'll still throw it together. I am planning on vlogging Rhinebeck. Puggy, what you doing? What you doing? Hi, sweetie. So I am planning on vlogging Rhinebeck, and Doug has offered to throw that video together for me. So watch the space for that. And what else was I going to talk about? Oh, losing weight. Okay, so this is not anything new, really. I've been struggling with my weight for a while. For a while. I gained weight my senior year of college, and frankly it's just because I was happy. I let myself be happy, and the result of that was just kind of not caring about working out and not caring about what I put into my body. So I gained weight, and then I lost some weight for our wedding, and then I gained a lot of weight after the wedding, and then I got pregnant and I gained more weight, and now I'm here. So I feel much better in my body right now. I have been cycling and doing some weights every other day for the past week, and it's been working. I feel better. Esther is such a goof. I feel better, and she sees herself in the reflection of the TV, and it's super cute. I'm sorry I was so distracted by her. But yeah, so I've been doing that, and I've lost a few pounds, and I just feel better. And again, for me, it's not the number on the scale, it's not the size clothing that I'm wearing, it's how I feel in my own skin. And that's really my only goal through all of this. I'm not like I need to lose 20 pounds. That's in like the range of how much I would like to lose to get back to like myself, like junior year of college, the beginning of junior year of college, because that's really when I started gaining weight. Esther's it's her puppy pad, it's fine. She's been having accidents in the middle of the night, so we have to put one down. She has a poop bag, so we've been having to put one down. Yeah, so anyway, shop update stuff. There will be a shop update tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be mini skeins and some other skeins up. They're still drying. They should be dry by tonight. I'm going to pop them outside because my office is the coldest room in the house, or the apartment. Yeah, so I'm going to go because this is really annoying. And yeah, so if you see me at Rhinebeck, please say hi. I'm so excited. See you then. Bye.